Hey, thanks for joining us at We've Been Drinking MMA. This was a crazy main event fight, Volkanovski versus Makhachev 2. And Makhachev took this fight in the first round with a head kick and follow-up hammer fists, and the ref had to pull him off. It was unbelievable. In the interview after the fight, Makhachev said exactly how he set it up. He actually decided to go for a low kick to the calf, then some punches, some exchanging, just some little feinting and stuff. Then he went for a body kick. And then so he had it set up for the head kick, when you go low and then you're going to go high later. So even though Makachev thought it was going to be like a body kick, that's what happened. He blocked with a body kick. He did have the fist up, to block, but it was kind of like on the lower half of his head. And so Makhachev just drilled it with the left high kick to the, and it just went on top of the fist. It was phenomenally drilled. Makhachev literally said that he drilled that in practice for Charles Oliveira, who we all know is a great head kicker himself. Who finished his last fight with a head kick and follow-up punches versus Beneil Dariush. So Makhachev knew that he was going to want to try and battle head kick for head kick versus Charles, and it just worked out perfect for the Volkanovski fight. It was an unbelievable head kick. It just, connected perfect. And right away, Volkanovski was on ice skates, and Makhachev actually landed just a slight. It just hit like very very slight punch that landed like by the hair. And that one, while Volkanovski was going down and he was already on skates, he was already going down. And then, of course, the follow-up 3 or 4 hammer fists, and then one punch that just kind of the ref was trying to take Makhachev off, and that barely landed. So Volkanovski, finally got his wits about him and started trying to go for the takedown. He was thinking about wrestling Volkanovski. Volkanovski trying to wrestle Makhachev, and the ref pushed Makhachev off. And Volkanovski, after doing that, a lot of times when you get knocked out, you start going for the legs right away. Sometimes they go after the legs of the ref. This time he was going for the legs of Makhachev. Makhachev was already gone with a finger in the air, number one. Actually, no, Makhachev kind of was like, no, that's okay. Like he was just, I guess he knew the finish was coming. He talked about the finish, the whole press conference, the lead up. He said, this time I'm going to finish him because every round I'm going to go in for the finish. And he did it, man. He is so confident. And back to Volkanovski, though, Volkanovski was, he sat back again, and he was really hurt. And so after going for the legs out of instinct, after waking back up, he went right back down with a bloody forehead. And it was tough to see. Volkanovski's such a nice guy. He took this fight on 11 days notice. I think everyone is just amazed that he took the fight on that short notice. Regardless, Makhachev looked amazing, and Volkanovski he didn't see it coming. He just didn't see that coming. Obviously, if he trained, he could have done better, but regardless, it looks like Makhachev is just on another level right now as far as his planning, his strategy, and his execution. And honestly, I want to see Makhachev move up to 170 and fight Leon Edwards for the belt there, because Makhachev's been calling for it. He's been, we said he was finished 5 out of his last 6. Now he's finished 6 out of his last 7. And the last, victim was Volkanovski, who's one of the pound for pound greatest fighters ever. I think Makhachev deserves to move up because he's been asking for it since last fight. And now he finished Volkanovski. There's really nothing else. I mean, Gaethje would be interesting, obviously, but I really think the fight is to move up to go fight Edwards. Obviously Bilal Muhammad maybe deserves a title shot first before that, but maybe after that or whatever, because he doesn't want to maybe pass up Bilal. But regardless, man, it was a pound for pound great performance, inspirational, and from both fighters. And at the end they hugged, and it was just good to see them embrace and just show that respect for each other, And even though there was a little bit of talk, back and forth leading up about last fight, how it was in Australia and how Makhachev needed to rehydrate, and Makhachev wanted more rehydration time. Volkanovski said, I believe in my skills. I don't need to rehydrate, things like that. I think it was ultimately these are two amazing champions who respect each other. Phenomenal fight. Makhachev just showed that he's really, he said it was his team. He said his team pushed him and pushes him in practice every day, and that's the reason why he was able to perform and put the performances he's been putting together, because of his team. He credited his team, and it was amazing to see that type of respect, and showing that it wasn't about him, it was about his team. So, Makhachev, I'm a huge fan now too, after these last 2 performances specifically. He's been amazing, and just ultimately, what was a phenomenal fight, phenomenal performance. Ultimately Volkanovski was blocking, trying to block the head kick. It's just he was thinking it was more body, and Makhachev just set it up perfect. And who would have thought Makhachev ends it with a first round head kick, right? I don't think Volkanovski saw it coming. I don't think anyone saw it coming, and that's why it worked, right? Sometimes it's the things that you don't see coming that's the one that really can knock you out. So appreciate you all listening and watching, and just want to say appreciate all the support that we got from this event. It was amazing to see all the comments and everybody just being so nice and supportive and encouraging. Honestly, it's phenomenal to see, and can't wait for next event, and appreciate you all. Thank you.